68. Beautiful evening here in Foxborough. And again, the Patriots elect to kick. To the Texans, who have won 5 consecutive regular season games. Their last regular season loss was to New England mid-December. No chance for any thoughts of a return for Tyler Ervin. And let's bring out Brock Osweiler and the Texans. Osweiler, his 3rd start here in Houston after 7 starts for the Broncos last season, including a win against New England in November, an overtime win, a game that Bill O'Brien looked at very closely on film when they were pursuing him in free agency. Gets the big contract, Phil.
Well, you know, Jim, he came here to Houston because he's in control of the offense. He gets to check, call his own plays, throw it, run it. That's what he loves. He says, I'm a mini Peyton here in Houston.
And after going with 3 wides, they hand it off Lamar Miller. Couple of wiggles, and he's got a quick 9 before he's tripped up by McCourty. So what have you seen breaking down the first 2 games out of Osweiler?
Well, you know, what I've seen is that he is not afraid, just like the quarterback we saw in Denver when he took over for Peyton Manning. An aggressive thrower, a good decision maker, and some of the numbers are not great because they throw it outside to the edges and they throw it deep down the field. Going to be interesting to see how this Patriots defense defends these wide receivers.
2nd and 1, back to Miller, and contact right away, and they get back 3 yards. That's Alan Branch busting up that play. Let's give him a loss of a couple.
Alan Branch, one of the few guys that doesn't play like 3 or 4 positions for the New England defense. Everybody out there is so versatile, and they have so many different roles. But Alan Branch, Malcolm Brown, those 2 are big, and they usually stay inside. Patriots have backed off the first 2 passing situations, trying to help these corners against these speedy wide receivers.
3rd and 3 for Houston. Osweiler looks left, now goes right. Dangerous pass, but it is caught by Hopkins, and they say they got the feet down. A pickup of 14.
That's Logan Ryan, number 26. They're going to trail underneath. They got help over the top, and that is one tight throw, and it is right on the mark, and that's his favorite target, DeAndre Hopkins.
Beautiful throw by Osweiler. Back on 1st down, it's Miller. Ducks down for a gain of a couple.
Good job of going fast on offense, too, because did he get the 2nd foot down? 1, 2, yes, he did. Kept control. That's man, that'll loosen you up, making that type of throw, and that tight coverage is your first throw of the game. But Brock Osweiler, Jim, we saw him. Bill O'Brien just likes his presence on the field. That's one, like you talked about, all the reasons why they brought him down to Houston. Just has command and exudes that when he's out there quarterback.
2nd and 8. He's going to throw here. It's actually Steven Anderson, the rookie tight end, who's had a nice start to the season and should have had that one.
Yeah, he should, but let me just show you something, Jim. Look at this. They're going back and playing safeties here, and they're giving help to the corners. It's because they respect these wide receivers that much and all the deep throws we've seen down the field. In the first 2 games, you saw very, very little of that from the Patriots. Just got up, bump and run, man-to-man, but I don't blame them. I'd back off of DeAndre Hopkins and William Fuller myself, too.
3rd and 8. Pressure. Osweiler wrapped up and tossed down by Sheard. And after going some 6 quarters without a sack, the Patriots defense gets one on the first series of the game.
Outside Jamal Sheard, just one of those sneaky players you don't talk about. He just overpowers Derek Newton and gets the sack. Chris Long at the bottom of your screen, too, has had tremendous success rushing the quarterback early this season.
Shane Leckler in his 17th year. Punt with the ball popping out with a recovery by the Patriots. Cyrus Jones. We got a flag down as well. Charles James was down there and jolted him.
Kick catch interference, number 13 of the kicking team. 15 yards from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
He's got the wrong number because 13 belongs to Braxton Miller, who's inactive tonight. Actually on 31. So they'll add on to that. And we will check out Jacoby Brissett when we return. Which can will be the winner? Vote now at NFL.com/Bud Light. All right, there he is, Jacoby Brissett. A year ago at this time, he was at NC State coming off a win against Old Dominion and getting prepared to take on South Alabama. Now he's playing in prime time, week 3, third-round pick, getting the start here against the Texans defense and the rambunctious J.J. Watt. Here's the handoff to LeGarrette Blount on first down, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. That is Jackson coming up, making a fine play. So Brissett had to play the final 2.5 quarters last week.
Did a good job when he was in there. They did just what you'd expect. They took care of him, some play action, some screens, all the plays that give every defense trouble no matter who the quarterback is for New England.
So Gronk comes in. He was not actually on the field for the first snap. He is for this one. And Simon has hold of him, shoves him out of bounds.
Well, there you go. Jim, that's how you want to start a game as a quarterback. A rookie here, you're making your first start. You don't really, and I'm not exaggerating, you don't care if you're 2 for 2 and you lose 10 yards, but you're just 2 for 2. And you walk in the huddle, it just makes you feel good to get that first completion, the first hit. Once you get those out of the way, then you can go out there and start showing off your talent.
They bring in James White, and they're going to send him out wide to the right. Now he comes back. To flank his quarterback. 3rd down and 4 for New England.
Well, he found out it's man-to-man coverage.
Set now. One down the field, and there is no flag. That pass intended for Chris Hogan. Kevin Johnson, the Texans' first-round pick a year ago out of Wake Forest on the coverage.
Yeah, he's going to go to the sideline and see. Young quarterback makes a mistake, goes deep because it's man-to-man coverage, but you knew it was man-to-man. The running back that time, White, wide open, nobody covering him. That was his first look.
So, not a great snap there to Allen, but he's able to get it away. And the fair catch is made at the 11 by Tyler Ervin. 52-yard punt. Back come the Texans for their second series. NFL Thursday Night Football is sponsored by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Walmart. Save money, live better. And by Adidas. Before the game, during the anthem, everyone on each sideline stood. One player with a raised fist, Dwayne Brown, who's inactive tonight. Their fine left tackle, who's been an all-pro tackle, out with a knee. Here is Osweiler beginning this drive from the 11. Diving straight ahead. That is Miller. All that's there are 2 yards. Yeah, the Texans, Rick Smith, busy offseason. They went out. Well, what's happened here in the last couple of years, their all-time passer, their all-time receiver, their all-time rusher, they've all moved on.
Yep.
And now they go with Osweiler. Hopkins out of the draft. Miller coming over from Miami.
Well, you know, they lost the big 3, so they went out and got another big 3.
And a big 4 with Will Fuller.
Yeah, Will Fuller, for a rookie, really off to a great start.
Over 100 in receiving each of the first 2 games. 2nd and 8, and there's a hole there. Coming within a yard of the first is Miller. Before Jonathan Freeney rides his back. Gain of 7. Texans facing 3rd and less than a yard. Get the CBS Sports app for inside access to your favorite team from the front office to the front row. Instant coverage of every moment from every angle. Download the CBS Sports app today.
Patriots playing a defense, daring the Houston Texans to run it with the safeties back, so they have had a little success here.
Quick instruction by Osweiler as he runs up to his sitter. Red Nance, 3rd and 1. They go middle. Patriots are there to clog it, and I don't believe he got it. Well, it looks like a generous spot coming in from the far sideline. They say he does. I wasn't so sure at first glance.
Some set of eyes, he just trusted. He just walked home and comes flying from behind. But you run inside, the one strength, very big. We talked about the Vince Valentine, Alan Branch, Malcolm Brown, all 320 plus. Their job is to stand in there and stop inside runs.
Patriots could challenge this. They had to get to the 21.
Be a tough challenge, so close.
I didn't see any sign that he actually got to that marker, and now we've got a timeout. And they're calling is Houston with the timeout here, which will buy Belichick and company time to look at that replay. Not what they were intending. Well, Rob Gronkowski is sitting down with a heat pack wrapped around his hamstring that kept him out the first 2 weeks.
One of those for my whole body. Keep it loose.
Patriots do not elect to challenge that carry by Miller, who has had the handle on 6 of their 9 plays. They fake to him here on first down. Osweiler guns it. He's got a man open. And it's caught at the 39 by Will Fuller, the 5th for 18.
Well, they just what they do. They send one receiver down the middle. That's Hopkins. Everybody. And here comes Fuller across wide open in that second window. And it's one of their favorite plays the Houston Texans run. You worry about the speed, they throw it underneath to the receiver.
Fuller, their first-round pick out of Notre Dame, off to a sensational start to this early season action. And a handoff again to Miller on first down for 2 more. Tomorrow on CBS, Mac is back. Don't miss the series premiere of MacGyver. Tomorrow at 8, 7 Central. Only CBS.
So, you know, typical New England. You know, you sit and you prepare for them. You say, I'm ready for this defense. And they showed none of this. It was just like spaghetti on a plate, all the stuff they were doing. They were actually laughing about it at me at practice, and they're coming out tonight. Very basic.
2nd and 8. Osweiler, a little pressure was coming around behind him, and he threw that in the direction of Miller. That was Chris Long trying to get the edge. Bill O'Brien returning to his home state, raised up in Andover. His parents have come over from the Cape to enjoy the game, raised again right here in the area. In 5 years he served under Coach Belichick.
What did he tell us? He goes, yeah, they'll all be there with Houston Texan jerseys on, but underneath, they'll have Patriot jerseys on.
He says, I know they love the Patriots. 3rd down. Need to get to their own 49 for the first. Trying to run for it. It's Miller. 3 Patriots defend that first down marker and keep him short.
Well, a really conservative play call. And on 3rd and long, just the safeties for New England, even if they're deep. Patrick Chung, Devin McCourty, great cover guys. They're excellent tacklers, so they're going to come up and make that play before you can get a first down.
Amendola is the returner, standing inside the 10. Waiting for 40-year-old Shane Butler to send it to him. Good hang time here. Amendola watches it, bound into the end zone. Hit at the 2, bounced straight ahead for a net of only 33. NFL Thursday Night Football is sponsored by FedEx, helping small businesses simplify e-commerce, and by Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut. Let's take a look at next-gen stats presented by Verizon.
Well, it didn't matter who the quarterback was. If it's Tom Brady, he's going to get rid of it quick. To Julian Edelman, then they put in Jimmy Garoppolo. What's he going to do? Get rid of it quick and throw it to Julian Edelman. But it's a lot more complicated than you think. Don't expect Jacoby Brissett to run that same offense here tonight because he's not ready for it.
3 drives, 3 punts, battle of field position in the start. The second completes that one to Martellus Bennett for 5.
Well, they want to play on defense. If they can just confuse the quarterback, they feel just a little. In other words, make him hold on to that football an extra beat. They have such faith in J.J. Watt. Clowney up front. You talked about it in the opening. John Simon getting pressure on the quarterback. So move around on the defensive side, making things.
Garrett Blunt. Shoe comes off as he runs into a pile. Give him no gain.
Well, here you go. While there's no gain, you got Vince Wilfork in the middle. Then you got Jadeveon Clowney on the outside, and they are two big guys, hard to move. Big Vince Wilfork. He might not make a lot of tackles, Jim, but he can cause a lot of piles.
He breaks up a lot of the action here in the trenches. 3rd and 5, and White is in, as he often is in passing situations. Standing in the pocket, lofting it long, and no one there, but a flag is out. Walt Coleman, our referee tonight.
Pass interference, number 24, defense. Ball we placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
Well, they want to pay special attention to Julian Edelman. Watch number 11, little shake, tries to go to the outside. Jonathan Joseph puts those hands out, stops him. Good call. You know, the Patriots defense looks at DeAndre Hopkins, and this Houston defense, they're worried about that number 11. Where is he? If you can, help out. Always have somebody inside keeping an eye on him. There's a lot of roles for this offense.
12-yard penalty. Now, running the option is Brissett. Taken off and sliding at midfield with another first down. First off a penalty, now on first down this time they pick up 13.
Well, there you go. Coach Cal, we're talking about it. Fake pitch to Julian Edelman, then run the option, and that is a good move by Brissett there too. Fake the pitch, cut up inside, and then protect yourself. You know, they had a couple days to draw up a different offense, and Jim, we stood out there and watched it last night. Josh McDaniels, just a few new wrinkles to help his quarterback to keep him in the flow of the game.
Right at midfield. Toss. Give him 5. Patriot quarterbacks, well, since 2001, when Brady came in for Bledsoe, and his incredible stretch began. Other quarterbacks, Matt Castle. Remember that season where he came in after
did a great
the
job.
injury? Yeah.
Garoppolo, a little tiny thing there, and then
the last 2 weeks, Garoppolo, and then the pie chart. First start.
It's like the sliver of pie that you give me when we go to dinner. Very small. Did you eat the rest? But that's okay.
You're talking spaghetti tonight. You got a little bit of everything. He's within a couple of the first.
You know, you saw that last pass to Martellus Bennett. Jim, we're at practice, you know, and you watch TV and you do all these things, but you can't appreciate some players until you see them in person and really watch them. And you get next to him and you go, oh my gosh, he could be an all-pro left tackle. He's so big. And Martellus Bennett is 280 pounds and can run as fast as that fast group of tight ends in the NFL. He is a weapon, and once they get Gronkowski out there with him, it's going to be a unique offense.
3rd and a yard to go, long yard. Looking to throw for it, and Brissett fires it in there, complete to Mitchell, who shakes free and takes it to the 15-yard line.
Well, they're doing him a favor. You know, I do not think you blitz a young quarterback, make him find a guy. So they blitz. He just takes a 3-step drop and a nice throw. You can see the strength of his arm. And Malcolm Mitchell doesn't get a lot of opportunities to catch the football, but a perfect throw, strong, breaks the tackle.
Now he's a rookie out of Georgia, drafted in the 4th round. That's his 4th catch here to start the season. Bulldozes ahead near the 10.
Well, LeGarrette Blount, boy, the name says it all. You said bulldozes. That's what he does. He hits people and just keeps it rolling, gets extra yards. He's got to be always one of the leading carriers in football, yards after contact. The pile moves forward when he hits it.
Last week he had 29 rushes. It's Edelman getting the handoff. Able to break it up. Get near the first. Spot him a little bit shy, about a yard short.
Well, you know, they're going to just give the ball to Edelman. Watch Devlin here on the edge block. He gets the defender down, puts Edelman on the edge, and makes Jonathan Joseph make the tackle.
And Joseph is down on the sideline getting some attention.
Edelman does a little bit of everything, doesn't he? I mean, he runs the reverses, he does screens.
Returns some punts.
Going to run some option, we think, later tonight. Says he's a good quarterback, too.
Joseph out. A.J. Boye in.
Well, let's to the crowd. They see 87's in there. Split out wide.
Yep, on 3rd and 1 at the 6. The red zone monster. And it looking his way. And Gronkowski is covered up there by Kevin Johnson.
Yeah, just not a good throw, but I don't blame the quarterback. When you play off coverage, that type of play is just not a good one to have on. The Texans play they don't get up and bump and run wide receivers. They'll play off, and they take away throws like this. Look, top of your screen. Bouye in perfect position. Nothing Gronk can do.
So they're going to go field goal here.
There's Kevin Johnson outside.
24-yarder here, Phil, for Gostowski. That kick is checked. So a 9-play drive to get it down there. And results in the first points of the game. Next Thursday, we will be in Cincinnati. The Miami Dolphins will take on the Bengals, and make note, it's on NFL Network. That's next Thursday night, NFL Network. Ryan Tannehill and the Dolphins take on Andy Dalton and the Bengals. We'll see you again, NFL Network. What do you think of the game plan so far you're seeing on each side at the start of this one?
I like New England's a lot. They're trying to get their quarterback his confidence, get him in rhythm. I think they've done that. On the other side, I think the Houston Texans, hey, they had a team over there searching what they were going to do with their quarterback. I thought they could have been more aggressive in both their first 2 series.
Well, the last series, they ran out on 3rd and 8, and here you are with that rookie quarterback on the other side. You would think maybe a little more aggression, trying to get up, put him down early.
Make him wait longer, everything, Jim, that's right.
This is Jones returning it. He is walloped. And the ball's on the ground. Houston football. Oh. That's Herman coming out of the pile with the football. But they've signaled it belongs to Houston. This crowd's just seeing a replay and about to go nuts. Challenge flag is out.
Can you clearly see that the Patriots recover it?
Well, you could tell right away that Harmon had jumped on it. Did it come out of his hands down on the ground? I don't think. It was one that ended up with it. So they are challenging it.
New England is challenging the ruling on the field that the runner was down by contact.
Charles James fumbles the football. Well, the Patriots believe they've got the recovery here. The fumble happened before the knee was down. Charles James, he already made one mistake on special teams, running into the returner earlier in the quarter.
Well, here's going to be the question, Jim.
Bolden getting in there and just knocking it out of his hands with great force.
We see Harmon from the back.
He's going to be the first one to get there. Fighting Akeem Dent for the football.
Oh, it's a good shot. Definitely has control. That's a great shot that shows you he has both arms around it and his body on top of it. Because remember what we We heard, we look at the officiating videos that are sent out. You have to have clear with the overturn. The evidence has got to be overwhelming and clear. I think that is.
It didn't take Walt Coleman very long.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field has changed. We have a fumble and a clear recovery by number 30. New England will not be charged for timeout. First down, New England at the 22-yard line. First
This
down.
is really a shaky start for Houston. He already had Charles James run into a punt return earlier. Now he fumbles. They gave up on the last drive, they had the pass interference call against Jonathan Joseph.
Well, they gave up a short pass, a long run. Everything you talk about not doing as a football team, they have done here to start.
And it'll be New England football at the 22.
I haven't seen, if you look at the first two possessions, I haven't seen his next movement. There you go, a late shift, trying to confuse the offensive line a little bit. I thought I would see more of that to make it tough on the quarterback.
Whistles. Play comes to a halt. And they'll back up the Patriots 5.
Yeah, Marcus Cannon.
Full start. Number 61. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Of course, J.J. Watt was over him. That just makes you nervous.
Saturday, the Home Depot SEC on CBS puts on the best game for the best conference. The Gators head to Tennessee. A little Rocky Top action. Florida and Tennessee. The action all begins with college football today. First and 15. Keeping it. Brissett to the 10. To the end zone. The rookie takes it home for the touchdown.
It was a blitz, and you're playing this quarterback. Let's see if he gets in the end zone. Looks like he definitely makes it. Jim, the first thing you got to be alert of, don't let him outside the pocket. Boot passes, keepers, those type of plays. That would have been the first thing in my mind as a defender. And McKinney had the edge. He wanted to be aggressive, went after the running back. Nobody there for the quarterback.
Gave the ball his first touchdown. He gives the ball to the coach. They love this kid. Mentored by Bill Parcells. An extra point by Gostkowski is good.
Tell you what, he looked faster on that run, and I thought he was too.
10 points in 13 seconds for New England. Jacoby Brissett. He runs for the touchdown. Covering 27 yards.
He was flying. He was, but you're the defense for the Texans. You have to know these type of plays are coming. Their number one goal, I said, to keep him in the pocket, to make throws from the pocket to beat him.
And
Romeo Crennel, defensive coordinator, you can see smoke coming off his head, how upset he is about it.
Laying into him. That's the first touchdown the Texans have given up in over 6 quarters. But the Houston side on its heels at the start, looking very shaky at the beginning. Irvin takes a knee, and they'll come out to the 25. Tracy down to you.
Jim, Jacoby Brissett back in October 2012 tweeting, "Waiting on my moment." That was when he was a true freshman at the University of Florida, hoping to get on the field. And here he is getting his moment with the New England Patriots, Jim, scoring his first NFL touchdown.
Yeah, how about that? He runs for one before he throws for one. Did not have his hands on a touchdown last week. Josh McDaniels saying, way to go. I just can't get over it. He gives the coach, hey, thanks for your belief in me. I'm sure it's something along those lines.
Yeah, Bill was excited.
Hey, that was the longest rush by a New England quarterback since Steve Grogan in 1978. 27 yards. Miller falls sideways for a couple.
Jamie Collins, the do-it-all linebacker for the Patriots. You know, they know, okay, this Houston offense, they said, well, they're going to play as conservative. They're staying with the run or trying to run it. Just because they have safeties back in this league doesn't mean you can't throw it. Especially when your offense is based around your wide receivers.
2nd and 9. And that pass a little high out of the strike zone for Hopkins. And Osweiler starts this game 2 for 5.
This is the matchup we thought we would see. They put Logan Ryan on DeAndre Hopkins because Hopkins is, of course, big and fast, but he can use his hands, he can push you, he can pull you, all those things, and Logan Ryan can kind of handle that. And they put Malcolm Butler on the speedy William Fuller.
Third and 9. Sideline. What a grab. He's made 2 magnificent catches on the sideline. Hopkins for 14 and a first.
I'll tell you what, you watch their first 2 games, you see a few of these. How about that back shoulder throw? He's got control of the football. Knee is down. Great catch. He's just so aggressive. I mean, there he is. Look, you see 2 defenders. What else can you do? Great throw good throw by Osweiler.
We continue to run on first down, and it's Miller pushed outside and a loss. Butler all over that play.
Strong up front, New England. It's early in the year. Some of the numbers don't dictate, but I think this New England defense has a chance to be good as the season goes along because it's so versatile. More than one pass rusher. Matt Patricia, the defensive coordinator. And they play a lot of players. So everybody always stays fresh, just like we did last week. We did the Denver Broncos defense.
2nd and 12. Osweiler in the middle of the field, and the catch by Fuller, which will probably bring us to the end of the quarter. It's a gain of 7. It'll be 3rd down when they take that first snap in the 2nd. After 1, New England 10, Houston nothing. You're watching Thursday Night Football. Big call coming up to start the 2nd quarter, trying to change momentum for Bill O'Brien's side.
Well, they changed field position, but you know, New England, they're tough, they're smart. You just can't line up and just think we're going to just beat you because we're physically better. You got to show creativity on both sides of the ball to get it done.
It's a 3rd and 5. And again, they run it, and looks like he's going to be stopped short.
Well, if it's going to be short, I'd go for it.
Yeah, this team needs some sort of spark.
Yeah, and you just can't be afraid.
And they gave him the first down at the 50. "11 carries already for Lamar Miller for 31 yards.
Yeah, Lamar Miller's going to have to do a lot of work here. You know, their offensive line, listen, they're missing their first-round pick, Nick Martin at center. They're missing their left tackle, who's one of the better ones in the NFL, Dwayne Brown.
First time at midfield for Houston. They fake the run this time, and Osweiler able to dump it off. The flag's out. Miller wiggles. Nice piece of running just to gain an extra yard or 2. Picked up 6.
Illegal formation on the offense. The wide receiver covered up, number 87. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Miller signals he needs to come out. Jonathan Grimes comes in for him.
Well, that'll upset you. We can't even line up. That's what Bill O'Brien's thinking. Tight end. I think the tight end, Fedorowicz, should have been off the line of scrimmage, but he got so close they called it. But I do like the underneath pass. That is going to be there for this team. You don't have to always throw to the wide receivers, running backs, tight ends.
1st and 15. Intercepted as Collins has the football for New England.
Really typical defense, zone defense. It's called, Tampa Bay started this back when they had that great team that won the Super Bowl. Watch Collins is going to turn, go back, and then intercept the end cut. He's really playing a deep safety. Reads the quarterback, turns.
That was not a good idea.
No.
It was never there.
Never there. Had to see that it was going to be split coverage, and I guess Osweiler just did not see Collins, who, you know, we've said a lot. He tried to just, I think he just tried to stick it in there and make a great throw. But Jamie Collins didn't win a game his senior year at Southern Mississippi, 0-12. Quarterback in high school, tremendous athlete, one of the best middle linebackers, whatever you want to call him. Pass rusher, pass cover, tackler, he can do it all.
He had a pick against the Dolphins, and he backs that up with another one tonight. Second consecutive drive, they start in plus territory. And it's Blunt with the handle. Quick contact by Joel Heath. So what have you seen out of Brissett?
Well, I've seen some good stuff. What a great fake there. Really a calm kid. We learned that just talking to him and watching practice. Nice short throw, crisp. Something that New England loves to do. And how about the quarterback keeper? So giving Jacoby Brissett a lot of accolades here. Good start, but give New England, Josh McDaniels, look what they've done to help him out, to get him out to this 10-0 lead.
Thrown for 43. He's run for 40, including the touchdown. He's going to take off again and save a sack and pick up a couple.
That could have been a design quarterback draw. Usually you save that for down near the goal line. No, I think he just pulled it down and ran, but
that's Wolford who made sure he didn't break into the secondary. Down.
But you know what? He's been taught well. He knows they're up 10-0. He's not going to take a chance. If you look at the numbers so far by the quarterbacks.
3rd and 7. Pressure on him. And this time he is sacked. It's McKinney.
Well, they crowd the line of scrimmage that time. McKinney, number 55, over the left guard. Just keeps working. Nobody open down the field, and J.J. Watt made Brissett step up, and that's how McKinney got the sack.
So the defense for the Texans steps up this time after the takeaway. Gets the sack, takes him off the field. They're caught at the 10. The Patriots has taken the lead. Vote now at NFL.com/Bud Light. We're just a little more than 3 minutes into the second quarter. Just remember this. At Gillette Stadium, when the Patriots lead at halftime, 76-0. They lead at 10-0 here. Again, opening minutes of the second quarter.
Good home crowd, a lot of good players, good coaching. That's really
Miller, nowhere to go. Patrick Chung was waiting for him at the line.
Well, look, you know they knew what they were getting into. Bill O'Brien, Romeo Crennel, George Godsey, the offensive coordinator. They know this staff, they know this team, they know this environment. When you see the mistakes they've made so far in this game. Patrick Chung, wow, probably plays the most difficult role of any player on New England's defense. Does everything, blitzer, cover, all of it.
2nd and 10, and that will pick up a first. Pass in there to Hopkins right in front of Ryan.
Yeah, he says, give me a call, but I'll tell you what. DeAndre Hopkins has 3 catches, and every one of them is, not all of them are going to make the highlight reel, but they've been tough.
Yeah, none of them have been easy. The 2 on the sideline, and then that one with Ryan. He kind of caught it with just his right arm. Now, this is their 10th first down play. They've run it 7 out of 9 times on first down with Miller. One up top this time. There's that underneath stuff you were looking for, Phil. It's Miller with the catch. Again, your weekend starts here. Next Thursday, Miami will head to Ohio, take on the Bengals. That's next Thursday night on NFL Network.
I just remembered something Brock Osweiler said to us. We throw it a lot down the field. I got to be just a little more patient and throw it underneath because plays have been there when he's tried to go deep or try to make a big play.
Mark Miller short by a foot, second down, and he scoots ahead for another first.
You know, it's a fine line there. Quarterbacks have to play. Do you go for the big play when it's, you know, whatever, or do you take sometimes a sure thing, short and underneath? And hey, I think we got the answer right now looking at New England's defense. Short and underneath is where the football should go if they continue to play like this on defense.
Double tight end formation. Fedorowicz and Griffin for the Texans. Grimes is the running back. Pass tipped around, incomplete. Hopkins got a hand on it.
Man, these are some tough throws.
Well, they keep running it with Miller already with 13 rushes, thinking that maybe it would keep that secondary honest, but there's been airtight coverage. And on top of it, already a pick. 2nd and 10.
We talked about how much he does at the line of scrimmage, Brock Osweiler.
Hands it off to Grimes. And again, little room to operate. Just a couple. 3rd and 8.
You know, always look at it this way, too. You know, as you watch it, they had them backed up. They got it out here. They changed field position. So that's the first positive about this Houston offense when you talk about this drive.
Need to get to the 45 to keep the drive going. Time in the pocket and over the top of Ryan Griffin. And they bring back Al Leckler.
And it's kind of one of the problems I think they have, Jim. Here's Griffin going against Patrick Chung, who's an excellent cover safety, and he's going to play the outside because he has help inside. So that route is not what you want to do against that look.
Cyrus Jones going to try to return it from the 5. Gets past the first tackler. And the ball hits the ground. But a Patriot is there for the recovery. Mingo, Barkevius Mingo, the former first-round pick of the Browns. In the right spot there as the rookie from Alabama coughed it up. He looked like he might have been down. Texans might want to challenge. NFL Thursday Night Football is sponsored by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800 State Farm. Cialis. And by your local Lexus dealer and the pursuit of perfection. Well, we looked at it during the break. He would have been ruled down if they threw the challenge flag out and they elected not run. Now it finally comes. And we were debating. I said, you got to challenge it. It's 8 yards is going to be the difference.
Well, you said you want the 8 yards. You want to do something just to get something positive going for the Houston Texans. I was leaning the other way. That maybe I'd save it and hope the game stays close, and I would need those challenges as the game goes along.
Houston is challenging the ruling on the field that the runner was not down by contact.
You say Jones. He had been touched already.
Yes.
so he's going to be down right about the 17.5.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field has changed. The runner was down by contact at the 18-yard line. Please reset the clock to 8:15. Houston is not charged with a timeout.
Let's go down to Tracy.
Yeah, Jim. Well, you know what? It was actually funny during that challenge, or right before the challenge. Shane Leckler, the punter, actually came over to talk to Bill O'Brien. He had no idea. He was at the bench. He was talking to Osweiler. He really had no idea what was going on. Leckler pulled him over and said, come on, you got to get involved. We got to decide if we're going to challenge this or not.
Tracy, that I got to say that's hard to believe. With all the people upstairs.
All the protection and the pass wide of the mark for Mitchell. You got guys upstairs who should be in contact, and Leckler's looking, he's pointing like, hey, coach, you might want to look up there.
He's not listening to Leckler either.
You're shocked, though, that someone's not in his headset saying, hey, take a look at this.
You know, a lot of teams have somebody just for situations like this, and he's been told now. That's Larry Izzo standing next to him, the special teams coach, and he finally pulled the flag out and threw it down.
I mean, barely before the play was run up at the 25. And Wilfork says that the Patriots were moving.
They had played before, though. Malcolm. What happens here?
False start, number 62, offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Well, since the first game of last season, in the first half, the Patriots at home have scored 21 touchdowns and surrendered only 3. That includes postseason.
Well,
that is a total of 10 games. 10 games, 21 touchdowns to 3 at Gillette in the first half. Texans all over this handle by White. This Sunday on CBS, the agents of NCIS Los Angeles start the new season on a new night. Don't miss the premiere event, NCIS Los Angeles, Sunday after 60 Minutes on America's #1 network.
So you know that number you just showed about this Patriots defense, it just shows you it's two things. Of course, they got talent, but it's game planning. They catch you by surprise. They take away your #1 weapon. They just make it tough on an offense, and it takes them too long to adjust on the other side.
Yeah. 3rd and 15. He's able to split the defenders and get to the first down. They go underneath the coverage. It was 3rd and 15, a chance for Houston to change field position, and they connect for 16 and a new set of downs.
I mean, this is like the first play you put in your training camp. 2 receivers cross each other. Nice job by Brissett. Over the top throw, perfect spiral. Boy, he's throwing the ball beautifully. But you got a rookie quarterback. First start, let him off the hook.
Here's Bennett on the end around, and he somersaults out to the 35. So with that completion to Amendola, basically they negated what Houston had gained by changing field position with the challenge. Just when they had a chance to force them to punt from inside their own 20, the Patriots keep on moving now from the 35. They've got a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Well, they're just doing everything. Quarterback's moving. He's keeping it. We've seen the option. Now it was the tight end reverse. Takes away the aggression of the defense. Option here.
2nd and 4. Handle up the middle. Handoff to Blunt. And they'll be facing 3rd and about 3 coming up. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Texans owner Bob McNair, son Cal, and Rick Smith is general manager. And on the other side, the Kraft family, Robert and Jonathan. 3rd and 3. 1. Stopped short as Wilfork had hold of him.
Vince Wilfork made a couple good tackles. He was double teamed on that play, and he still gets in there and makes the tackle. Watch Vince Wilfork, number 75. Double team, just keeps pushing. You know, you think, well, he's just a big old guy. I remember when he was on Hard Knocks, what was that, last year? And he showed him playing basketball. Man, he could shoot it.
And he could move.
Absolutely. Gained a little weight over the years.
4th and 1. And they punt it. And Allen, and for the 3rd time, he has pinned the Texans deep. He's got them at the 10, the 11, and the 11. 51-yard boot. NFL Thursday Night Football is sponsored by AARP Real Possibilities. And by Verizon. Welcome to Verizon. LTE Advance, the next gen network. As you look at the next generation of Patriot fans enjoying what they've seen so far, 10-0 Patriots. It's time for Throwback Thursday. And at the age of 4, this is Brock Osweiler stepping up the T-ball plate. His first career hit, and he ran the wrong way.
Man. I can't get over how tall he is for 4 years old. Look, he's a head taller than everybody else out there. I'll tell you what we got to see from this Houston offense. You got to find a second weapon. Yeah, that was a great shot.
A video courtesy of Brock's parents, John and Kathy. We thank them. Let's see if the Texans can start going in the right direction.
A running back, a tight end, another receiver has got to catch the football.
Inside 5 minutes to go first half. Sheard coming after him. Got it away in time. Miller slips on the cut. Back down to Tracy.
Jim, Bill O'Brien wants to see something from this Houston offense as well. After that challenge, he went over, he called the whole offense together, and he gave them a fiery speech, hoping to ignite some fire, get this offense going. We'll see if it works, Jim.
Yeah, there has been no spark so far.
Can Tracy repeat the words? I'd like to hear.
I don't think so. After the game, for the ride back to the hotel. 2nd and 4. That's a carry for a first down by Miller.
Well, here's what's going on so far in the game real quick. You know, they're making it so hard on DeAndre Hopkins to catch the football. He's their big weapon. So Bill Belichick, it's the same old story. Took him away. How many times have you called J.J. Watt's name out tonight?
No, not really once.
So he's just, so there's the 2 big stars. Let's get rid of them and see what else they got. And the answer is we haven't seen much so far.
First down snap. Deep. And a gain of 10, Ryan Griffin.
Let's take a look at what they've done to DeAndre Hopkins so far. You said it, Jim. 3 catches. That was tight. Back shoulder throw. Great catch. And then, watch this. This is a one-handed catch over the middle. So they threw it to the running back. Threw it to Griffin.
Get off Miller. This time he's got a lane. First one of the night, really. Stiff arm on the 40, and they mark him near another first.
That's what he is. He's just shifty. Jamal Sheard outside, lets him get outside. And then good blocking by DeAndre Hopkins down the field to give Miller extra yards. One thing about this game, both coaches agreed. Talked to Bill O'Brien about it too. Is the wide receivers on both teams, they block down the field for pass catchers and runners as good as anybody in the league.
65 total yards of offense from Miller. They fake to him here. Underneath for Griffin. And he's out of bounds at 2:38 to go. Remember, the Patriots did defer at the top. They'll get the 3rd quarter kick. So a big drive right here for the Texans to try to do something.
Yeah, it's nice. They got good rhythm. He's getting rid of the football. The offensive line is, you know, doesn't have to protect as long, and I think Brock Osweiler is going, hey, you know, I told those guys last night that I'm going to throw the ball underneath because they're taking away the deep stuff, and he's done that on this drive so far.
2nd and 5. Griffin's 3rd catch on this series, and he gets to the 50. 2-minute warning. 10-0 Patriots. Coming up at halftime, the Lexus halftime report with James Brown, Coach Cowher, Dion. They'll all break down the first half action on the Lexus halftime report. Miller and Hopkins doing the bulk. The offensive work. 3rd and 2 at the 2-minute warning. Texans have not had a single snap in this game from the New England side of the field. And this doesn't qualify either. Right at the 50. Low snap and a handoff. And they are pushed back. They have tried to run it with Miller now 3 times tonight on 3rd down, and they've stopped him twice.
Well, Malcolm Brown, number 90, just beat the center that time. Greg Mance, and just pushes him back. Nothing he could do. Well, we've seen this a couple times tonight. If you're going to run in those situations, inside's not the right spot.
End over end punt. It bounces out at the 14 with 1:17 to go in the first half. We alluded to this earlier, their dominance at home, 27-2, including playoffs over the last 29 games. The middle one is the eye popper. 76-0 when leading at halftime here at home.
Sometimes I can see those graphics and say, well, let me just tear that up and dispel a few of them, but those are, it just tells you the great starts. They go in at halftime, they figure out a few things more, just and impossible for teams to come back.
First down carry, jump cuts by James White, and it creates an opening out to about the 20. Timeout called by Houston. And again, the Lexus halftime report is straight ahead with JB, Coach Cowher, and Dion. Their take on the first half action here. 2nd and 3. It's Edelman on the far side. And he steps out of bounds near the 29.
Wow, this is like watching a college football game, isn't it? Quarterback sweep, option football, speed, sweep around with Edelman, reverse to the tight end.
Now, if they had Brady or Garoppolo in here, you know they would be trying to do something here with 3 timeouts. Now, what are they going to do with Brissett?
Well, they'll play it safe. They're going to give him a throw here. Could be a screen. I'm like probably the last thing in there is to be smart. 10-0 lead.
Stay on the ground. Another stumble by White.
You know what they've done, all this stuff they're doing, Jim, all these little gadgets and everything, and that what it's done is taken all the aggression away from Houston's defense. So J.J. Watt, you know, to make an impact on the game, you got to get in some passing situations.
Now, Houston just called that timeout. They're out of timeouts. Here's the tricky thing, though. You've kept New England and its chances of doing something before halftime alive. I don't know. Houston took that timeout. Yes,
that is the absolutely wrong thing to do. I mean,
it's not like you're going to get the football back if they run it a couple of times because you can't stop the clock.
And here's what they're going to do. They're just going to take a knee.
Okay, no.
But you're right. If Brady or Garoppolo were in this game, they would have been full attack trying to score here on this drive. But Bill Belichick got to be pretty happy with his football team and his rookie quarterback here in the first half.
Yeah, maybe even a little bit more than pretty happy. I mean, to be leading by 10 at the intermission.
Well, we were watching practice yesterday, and I heard a few of them say, yeah, we're glad it's a short week. You know, just let's get this thing going with our young quarterback and see what happens.
Brissett, 5 out of 8 in the first half for 59 yards. They never turned it over. Brissett, though, rushing 5 for 41, including the game's only touchdown. Quiet first half for J.J. Watt. Great, Tracy. Down to you.
Thanks a lot, Coach. A shaky start, especially on offense. How do you get things going?
Well, it's 10-0. So now we go in at halftime, we regroup, and try to fix some things and come out and play a much better half.
Jacoby Brissett getting it done with his legs. How do you adjust there?
Yeah, we made some adjustments after that one touchdown. It was a good call by them, and they caught us in something there, and we made some adjustments, and we'll just continue to, regroup here at halftime and come out with a better half.
Appreciate the time. Thanks a lot.
By the way, his quarterback, Osweiler, led the Broncos back from 14 down last November against New England on 2 occasions. So, who knows? 10-0 Patriots at the intermission. Lex's halftime report coming up after this message and a word from your local station. Patriots blanking the Texans as we get set for the third quarter kick, which will be Houston kicking to New England. Tostitos is bringing you some of today's earlier Unreal action. For your very own Unreal NFL experiences, go to PepsiandTostitos.com for more. As the Patriot offense cashed in on the coughed up football on the kick return.
Who dressed us? Same person. I just noticed it, but never mind. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
This second half, maybe the Texans need a little more
Togetherness.
Togetherness.
Yeah, something.
Something a little more pizzazz, maybe.
It's like when a coach gets in huddle, somebody just make a play. That's what really they need. And a couple things. All the little gadget plays have taken the pressure off the rookie quarterback. The fact that the front four of New England's defense is not allowing the run, Dion talked about it. So they're just going to sit back there, and there's not going to be anywhere to throw.
All right, next-gen stats. Here you go. Brought to you by Verizon. Welcome to Verizon LTE Advanced, the next-gen network.
And, last and most importantly, of course, Houston's got to score. And if they got to make New England play. In other words, make the quarterback drop back in some tough situations so your stars like J.J. Watt, the Devion Clowney, can go in there and make some plays.
Kickoff by Nick Novak. And Cyrus Jones. Gets brought down at about the 23 by Kevin Johnson. Tracy, let's get your halftime report.
Well, Jim, Bill Belichick, a man of few words, didn't really want to talk about Jacoby Brissett in his first half performance. He didn't want to talk about how the defense had played in the first half. All he said to me is, we got to coach better, we got to play better. Bill Belichick never satisfied, guys.
Wait, let me get that. So we got to coach? Yeah, okay, I'm just kidding. We've heard that phrase. Everybody's heard that one on TV many, many times. But managing the game, just something that's overlooked. And just think that last drive, they didn't punt it back to Houston to give them a chance for a late field goal. They ran the reverse to Edelman, or the speed sweep, to keep the ball.
Look the throw here on first down. And open is Edelman.
That's Edelman, man-to-man coverage. He's just so quick as you watch him. We get the chance to watch him in person, see him in practice, and look at all that sideline he has to work with.
Joseph slipped. There's a lot of people that are having a hard time with their traction out here tonight on cuts. 23-yard gain to Edelman. Now, when you take away Edelman running the football and Brissett running the football, the Patriots picked up only 23 yards on the ground in that first half. Blunt with his best carry of the night. He's got 8 carries for 16 so far. Brought down by Wilfork. We're mentioning Wilfork a lot tonight.
Yeah, we are. These are his ex-buddies up here, coaches, and of course he's got a lot of his coaches from here down there with him in Houston, but he's been pretty solid the first 2 games. Been very good here tonight.
Returning here for the first time since being on this field for that AFC title game against the Colts. And they stopped kind of yards short of the first.
I'll tell you what, if he keeps that football, that's the second time they've shown that play. If he keeps it, it's a 2-on-1 fast break.
Now they hurry up to the line. They appeared like they were going to go to the huddle, then they sprinted to the line. 3rd and a foot, and they got the first.
Haven't seen that before, right? third and short, whatever. Tom Brady runs up there. Let's see the quarterback sneak or run the play before the defense is set. And they got him that time too. Josh McDaniels, great job of just changing plays and changing the speed.
And you know what we always say when we see that? Why don't other teams do that?
Because they've had a system in place for 16 years. And every coordinator's added a little more to it. And of course, Josh McDaniels has taken it to a whole new level with all the movement, different type of plays with receivers.
Here's a first down. They threw last time on first down, trying to do it again, but it instead turns out to be a scramble for 4.
They were trying to win the game right there. They were going with double moves outside. They're trying to get a big touchdown, but they're not open, and just a really good job. Look at the blocking. Jack Mason pushing Vince Wilfork all across the formation, and a good job by Brissett.
And good job by Cameron Fleming, who had J.J. Watt sealed off. Brissett, their leading rusher, and thanks in large part to the 27-yard touchdown run. 2nd and 6. Blunt. He's got it right where he's got the edge. And the Patriots are putting together a very strong opening drive to the third quarter.
Yeah. 2 people. Nate Solder, the left tackle, and then watch 46 lead the way, seals it inside, gets Clowney, gets Simon. Well, you just don't see much of that anymore where the fullback leads the running play outside. Everybody usually just one back or it's 2 tight ends, but James Devlin has been an awesome blocker here this year.
5 straight, making 6 straight runs for New England. Is trying to overpower Houston, and Blunt, who had only 11 yards in the first half on 7 carries, now has 31 yards on 5 attempts on this drive.
They are overpowering in this drive here. One thing about this Houston front, it's not deep. So they ask J.J. Watt, Davion Clowney, Vince Wilfork, they all play a lot of plays.
No Gronk out on the field for this entire series so far for the Patriots. Been very limited tonight. For a couple.
Well, Jim, let's just look at what we've seen so far. Sweep to Edelman, we've seen that a couple times. Well, the quarterback keep. When your number 1 goal tonight was to keep him in the pocket. Tight end reverse. Give it to another guy that can make things happen, Martellus Bennett.
3rd and 4. Completes it. Amendola with another first down catch.
Good throw. Strong throw. Looks at him all the way. He knows he has it one-on-one, and it just rips it out there. Perfect spiral to Amendola. Look at all this. Jacoby Brissett is really kind of made. One of the reasons why they drafted him, you know, big, strong, can move a little, big hands, control in cold weather. That's the kind of quarterback they look for, and he's had a terrific game.
1, 2, bound to 10. Quentin Demp's helmet comes off. And twice we've seen now Amendola come up in this game with 3rd down catches that produced a first.
Well, how about Houston? You know, Bill O'Brien, I'm sure he gave him the pep talk and talking, okay, bro, hey, nothing went well. We're only down 10-0. And then you come out here, this is a big stand for them. They got to at least keep this to a field goal try. This Patriot team, we all know, everybody says, oh, we can fight 60 minutes. Can you really?
Here's Hogan. Chris Hogan with the catch, and he's twisted down by McKinney. And another 3rd down play coming up for New England.
Jim, just if I could run like Jacoby Brissett, I could have been the quarterback maybe tonight. Throwing a lot of screens, really it's just keeping them off balance. Just keep throwing those little passes like that screen that's there to Hogan and see if you break a tackle.
Look at Gronkowski come out for a moment, then he sprints to the sideline with 3 others. Are the Texans a little confused here with this personnel change at the last moment? Let's see. 3rd and 7. Defense needs to make a play. Got all kinds of time. Now it breaks down. Brissett on the run. Brings it in zone, and it's incomplete. Edelman just able to get his hands on it, but stretched out as far as he could. And they'll bring out Gostowski.
Really good coverage. Here's Bennett. If he could have just hung in there, I think he's going to come open as he goes across. But the J.J. Watt was blocked initially at the line of scrimmage, and he kept hustling, and that made the quarterback get out of the pocket. So it was a good throw. Edelman just couldn't. It just had too much heat on it.
Second look at it, you can see he actually had a chance to grab that one. 25 yards. That's all it is. Gostowski is good. But they took 6.5 minutes plus. Still a 2-score game, though. 13-0. They are working on Jacoby Brissett's hand.
Yeah, it looks like a fingernail. I think. Shouldn't speculate. Really just a scoring somebody there, but just what you want. They got the field goal. Of course, they want a touchdown, but bleeding the game, shorten the game.
And again, the Patriots have gone to this. They kick it short, force you to run it out and keep it short of the 25. And again, Houston's fumbled. Already coughed it up once on a kick return that set up the game's only touchdown. And I don't know why more teams have this season gone to this strategy. This New England football special teams killing the Texans. Richards with the recovery. It was Tyler Ervin, rookie from San Jose State. Nate Ebner, the rugby player, played for the U.S. Olympic team, knocked the ball out with his helmet.
Well, they work so much on special teams, the Patriots, them and the Baltimore Ravens. Let's see, what do they have in common? Oh, the head coaches are ex-special team coaches, of course. But Joe Judge, they spent a lot of time yesterday getting ready for this game. It wasn't all about the quarterback. They put a lot of time in the special teams, too.
Think about the way this game's gone. A field goal at first, then the kick return was fumbled, led to a touchdown seconds after that. Now another following a field goal, a fumbled kick return, and a completion to Edelman for 6.
Played off 2 fumbles on kickoff returns tonight. But you're right. Great point, though, Jim. That kickoff was perfect. It was high to the corner.
Second and 4. Blocked. Down to the 6.
Watch the right guard, Shaq Mason, pull around, and you could hear the contact. Little double team, and McKinney went down. Oh. Thought I heard it.
First and goal. Doubling the fullback. And hold on a minute. Timeout called by the Texans.
First team timeout.
7:11 to go in the third quarter, and the Texans have still not run a play. 14 plays run by New England, and the next one's coming from the 6. First and goal to go.
Started by a perfect kickoff by Gostowski. I mean, my gosh, the whole kickoff team was inside the 20 as he was catching the football. 6 offensive linemen.
1. First time he's been stopped in this half. A loss of 1. Yeah, we've seen the first 2 weeks because of the new kickoff rules. a lot of coaches just saying, let's go ahead and kick it through the back of the end. We've even seen coaches after getting a 15-yard personal foul penalty by the opponent kicking off from the 50 and still electing to kick it through the back of the end zone, which is baffling.
You're not over saying it. We've seen it a lot. And of course, we question it every time. If it's not a part of who you are, you work on it. That's why they don't do it in the game.
Set looking left. Locked it to the end zone. And a flag is down. That's Demps on the coverage.
Contact.
Martellus Bennett out there for the Patriots.
Pass interference, number 27, defense. Foul occurred in the end zone. Will place the ball at the 1-yard line. First down.
It's a double move. Martellus Bennett's going to fake inside. Just a little step and yeah, it's tough. Demps really never moves, doesn't go for the fake, and then Bennett runs into him.
What do you think the chances are Blunt's going to get the football here? First and goal from the 1. Here he is. Now, Texans knew it too. And there's JJ holding on to him, trying to, in fact, strip the football away to no avail.
I haven't heard his name. I'll tell you, DJ Reader's been in there a couple times and made some big stops in the run game. Let's see, stopped it in the middle.
3 tight ends for New England this next snap, including Gronkowski, lined up on the right side.
Clock keeps moving, of course.
Second and goal. Play action. Looking to the back of the end zone, and it's broken up at the last moment. Intended for Bennett. Brissett may have waited a fraction too long because Bennett looked to be open for a split second.
Yes, you did. He waited just a second to let him get across the formation. Here he goes. And you say, oh, he's open. And then Joseph's good job of going and cutting underneath. Almost gets the interception.
Another big moment right here from the 2. 3rd and goal. Looking left to the end zone, and it's another flag on the Texans. Boye this time is going to be called for it. And it's going to be first and goal with the 1 again.
Well, it's just a wrestling match in the end zone. That's what it was.
Pass interference, number 21, defense. Foul occurred in the end zone. Ball be placed at the 1-yard line. First down.
Boye's 190 pounds. This is a good call this time. Martellus Bennett is 280 pounds.
This looked a lot more like pass interference than the last one. I'll say that.
Yes.
I mean, tackling him. And that's 3 pass interference calls against the Texans tonight. And it's first and goal. And it's Blunt. Ruling on the field. Touchdown. Second touchdown of the night, both set up by fumbles on kickoffs. Did he have a knee down first?
Close. Rob Gronkowski gets a good block on Clowney, and
can't tell where the knee is there, but just as far as the elbow goes, I think you'd say that's fine.
I think it's going to be a touchdown. Yep.
Yep. Good look at it here. And how about 5:41 to go in the third quarter? We have not seen the Texans offense on the field in this half. Touchdown is verified. Third touchdown of the season for Blunt. Texans going to find themselves down 3 scores, and suddenly this game has been considerably shortened. It is 20-0. Irvin's fumble set it up. NFL Thursday Night Football is sponsored by Lowe's. Make your home happy. Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Mas. And by Mazda, driving matters. And our thanks to that classy a cappella rendition of our Thursday Night Football theme performed by the Harvard Baritones at the historic Sanders Theater, about 30 miles from Gillette Stadium. Monday, you can see why Kevin Can Wait is now TV's #1 new comedy. Congratulations to Kevin James.
Yeah,
he's back.
You know, Kevin James is a good high school football. I think was he a fullback or a pulling guard?
Maybe a little bit of both. And he played on the other side, too. Nose tackle.
High and short.
Let's see if they can hold on to it. Oh, my goodness. Irvin. Tackled by Mingo. And finally, we'll see Osweiler and the Texans.
Inside the 20.
Comeback brewing. Vote now. NFL.com/Bud Light. With NFL Game Pass, replay every game this season, including the playoffs and Super Bowl. Get a free trial today, NFL.com/Game Pass. Man, it has been a long time. It's got to be about 45 minutes since these guys were on the field in real time. Here it is, 44 minutes. I'm just told. Osweiler completes it to Hopkins. Jay Feely, our special teams expert. Tell me about these kickoffs.
Well, Jim, through 2 weeks, compared to last year, touchbacks have gone down from 67% to 59%. Coaches are obviously seeing an advantage to not kicking the ball deep. The Patriots did it week 1 against Arizona. They're doing it again, and you're going to continue to see that throughout the year. Roger Goodell said unequivocally the rule will not change this year.
All right, Jay, here's a first down throw again. And, oh, my goodness, Fuller drops it. They would have had the Texans on the New England side of the field for the first time tonight. By the way, that's a little scoop right there from Jay Feely because the league, Dean Blandino, he had sent out word that the first 4 weeks were going to be a trial basis for the new approach to the kickoffs, where they're kicking from and the whole thing. And Roger Goodell telling Jay that they're going to go with it for the full season. Now, it's interesting because the rule was put in place thinking because safety was the drawing factor here, that there would be less contact, but it's actually working the other way. As he pointed out, we're seeing more returns. There's a 2nd and 10. Oh, and that one.
Fedorowicz never looked
long. And this one had a play on it, I should say. Fedorowicz. And the Texans face 3rd and 10.
You know, and Fuller dropped the in cut. You know, when you're a wide receiver, you're not in the flow of the game. He's a body catcher. He used his body that time and still let the football get away from him. That was a big first down.
Third and 10. Osweiler almost stepped into the heat. Now just unloads it. The direction is strong, and Chris Long in on a couple of consecutive plays.
Yeah, Chris Long, boy, what an addition he's been, number 95 to this team. His hustle, his hard work. He caused an interception last week against Miami by the hit on the quarterback. And then one time he was chasing the quarterback. He threw it. There was a fumble 20 yards down the field, and Chris Long ran down the field and got it.
Great hustle. Leffler's 5th punt of the night. And it's a good one. Jones. There's a ball on the ground. Texans needing a break, but it's going to be Patriot football. The recovery. 55-yard boot, 11-yard run back. It was a fumble. He was knocked down.
Welcome back to Foxborough. It is all Patriots right now. Former Cowboy and NFL Network host Michael Irvin with a great tweet yesterday. If Patriots beat the Texans on NFL Network with the 3rd quarterback, I will take off Lombardi and call these Belichick trophies. You may just have to do that, guys.
Yeah, you better start getting ready for that. And it says a lot, doesn't it? Everybody in the league. Wait to see what Belichick trick there would be tonight. How he would come up with a game plan. It's an amazing thing.
Well, I don't think most football people or nobody's going to be really surprised that they would come up with whatever is going to fit the team. That's what they're good at.
You know, they were, of course, these first 4 games without Tom Brady, and people were saying, even around here, 2-2, get Brady back for week 5 against Cleveland, could be on our way. That's what they were saying. And now you can even start thinking it could be 4-0. Not saying this is over, but Buffalo's coming in here next week. Here's Brissett, airing it out for Hogan. And he just overthrew him by a yard.
Well, that's how they wanted to go deep tonight, is these sellout play actions. Look at the offensive line. Here goes Chris Hogan. He fakes like he's going to block, and then he just takes off. Good deception. Brissett he got every bit of it. He caught it. Ball carried a little too far.
Hogan figures to be a big part of this offense once they get everybody back.
Well, it just gives them depth at the position that they love. Inside receivers, him, Edelman, Amendola.
3rd and 6, here's Edelman. Traffic, stop short. So, we'll see a Patriot punt here inside 4 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Still plenty of time. I know it's 3 scores down. We got 3 timeouts. Should get decent field position here.
Ryan Allen's had a big night. Special teams for the Patriots. Far superior in this one with the 2 fumbles to add to it on the kick returns. This one rolls out as the rookie backed away from it. Irvin. 57 yards that time for Ryan Allen. Is sponsored by Domino's. Order online at Domino's.com. And by Walmart. Save money, live better. Hey, congrats to the Patriots Coach of the Week, Vernon Crawford of Seekonk High School. The Warriors open the season 2-0 and face Wareham tomorrow night. Brissett so far 10 out of 16, 101 yards. He's rushed for 45 and a touchdown. Done. That catch is made. This time Fuller makes a tough turnaround catch for 6. And we remind you, next Thursday night, Miami will be traveling to Cincinnati, your weekend again next week. Starts with NFL Network action. Miami, Cincinnati. The Dolphins this Sunday will be hosting Cleveland, while the Bengals will be hosting Denver. Houston's barely been out here this half. This quarter with under 3 minutes to go. 2nd and 4. And that'll pick up a first. 4th catch of the evening for Ryan Griffin.
Well, here we go. This Patriots defense playing the safeties back, daring them to run, and nowhere to go. Good stopping, and this time, hey, let's send the extra linebacker deep in the middle. We saw Jamie Collins just really nice job showing his athletic ability, turning from one side to the other to get the interception.
1 of 3 turnovers committed tonight by Houston. The pick and then 2 fumbles on kick returns. That's a nice catch by Jalen Strong. Out to the 47. Osweiler trying to get his team moving to the line in a hurry. Gain of 15. Osweiler telling us this week about the most difficult decision of his life, his young life. Deciding to take the offer from the Texans. Became very rich through that deal. Consulted family and old coaches, and he felt that the best for him in the long term, the best fit was right down here in Houston. With this franchise down in Houston. Here's Miller. Decides to take on the challenge with Malcolm Butler. We're going to see barring a penalty, a pre-snap penalty, we're going to see a Houston snap on the New England side of the field tonight for the first time.
All right.
from the 46.
When you know, but you just think a lot of these throws and catches, how close the defenders have been to the receivers. These little check downs or zones, those are easy.
2nd and 3. Miller chugging ahead, got a first down. Miller tonight, 17 rushes for 52 yards.
I'm not saying every team can duplicate what the Patriots have done here tonight. You need their talent, of course, but they won't just go up there and play man-to-man and give DeAndre Hopkins a chance to do whatever he wants, which is what has happened quite a few times in the first 2 games.
You set it down from the Patriots 42, and that's Griffin with coverage provided by Freeney. And again, Osweiler is imploring his team, come on, let's keep moving it. No huddle, let's go.
Well, you talked about him coming to Houston, a tough decision, and I think what sold him was Bill O'Brien in this offense.
Yep.
Just like we're seeing, we talked about earlier, that he gets to determine the play calls.
2nd and 3, and stuffed is Grimes. And what will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. 10 points in the quarter for New England to double its lead to 20-0 through 3. Back after this message and a word from your local station. Lamar Miller has just put his helmet back on as we start the 4th quarter. He was getting some attention on his right knee and limping a little bit, but now showing perhaps signs of returning to the lineup. Jim Nance, Phil Simms, Tracy Wolfson, Jay Feely, all the crew here. Thursday Night Football at Gillette Stadium. 20-0 Patriots as we start the 4th. With a 3rd and 4. First time tonight the Texans have been in New England territory. Grimes knocked down by Collins. And you got to think it's 4-down territory for the Texans.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That was determined on the sideline. Before this, they move him across the formation, hoping to get him the football before Collins could get there, but Collins run it all the way. Gets his arms around, takes him right down.
Fuller lines up in the backfield. 4th and 4. Timeout. Hold by Osweiler, and the Texans have 1 remaining. That's it.
Timeout.
Lamar Miller, we saw him on the sideline, and we had said he was limping around. He's mic'd up tonight.
Look at the number of blue jerseys around him. Well, of course, he's running the ball. Attack it, but
He's going to stay out with this 4th down play coming up. Osweiler 6 out of 6 on this drive. This offense, which has been stagnant most of the night, has to make a play now. And almost intercepted. Butler was ready to take off. And the Patriots take over on downs.
stack the receivers. Malcolm Butler stays back, reads it, makes a great break. Almost looked like the Super Bowl play.
It's a dip. Matt Patricia's defense putting up a shutout to this point, and Miller is on the table. They've been examining the knee.
You know, they do on defense now what they do on offense. You just don't know what game plan they're going to come out with. It's tough. More physical, sharper than Houston tonight so far.
Over the head of Edelman. Let's take a look at next-gen stats presented by Verizon.
Well, look at the passes under 10 yards. We talked about Tom Brady and Jimmy Garoppolo can throw the short passing game. They did it again tonight, but it was different. It was a whole different style of offense with moving the quarterback, all the little gadgets we saw, and they just did a wonderful job, but they have so far, of making it simple for Jacoby Brissett to find a guy to throw it to. And here we got the option look again.
Takes the pitch and decides to be careful with it. Falls right in front of John Simon. Week 3 continues Sunday on CBS and Fox. And check your local listings for the game in your area. Games like Denver at Cincinnati on CBS, and Redskins and Giants on Fox, and other action. Then late in the afternoon, doubleheader day on our air on CBS. We'll be in Philadelphia for the Steelers and the Eagles, both coming in 2-0. Coming after now, Brissett. He saw a fast closing McKinney and just throws the ball in the ground.
Well, I think what's amazing, you kind of said it, not amazing, but Patriots without Tom Brady. Gronkowski's been out. You said it, 2-2. Now they're on their way, it looks like, or maybe to being 3-0, but the quarterback play. Well, through 11 quarters. 11 quarters now. Garoppolo, and now tonight, Brissett. They've not thrown an interception. And again, Allen, that is 4 punts tonight that he has pinned the Texans between the 10 and the 15-yard line. That one traveled 49. NFL Thursday Night Football is sponsored by Verizon. Welcome to Verizon LTE Advance, the next-gen network. Buffalo Wild Wings, Wings Beer Sports. And by the 2017 Ford Fusion, the beauty of a well-made choice. As you look at the hall at Patriot Place, takes everyone through the history of the Patriots, New England football, and all the things that have happened here with the championship trophies, 4 of them. Lamar Miller back in here, Phil, as he slides into a slot on the right side. Keith Mumphrey far to the right, coming after Osweiler. Oh, he was surprised, I believe, that he got out of that jam, and then coming in from behind. Sheared, Flowers, they deck him for a loss of 10. Around the edge, Jabal Sheared pushes him forward, and then he circles back to get Brock Osweiler.
Osweiler fortunate he didn't fumble here. All the way back at the 4.
I wanted to say this is a drive they have to get some points on. They take a big sack to start it out with.
And now they just run it ahead with Miller.
You know, go back to the pregame.
Got a flag down and a little scuffle.
After the play was over, personal foul, number 11, offense. Half the distance to the goal. Will be 3rd down.
Jalen Strong.
You know, I was going to go back to see the penalty, which, of course, they can't afford here. Jalen Strong, number 11, gets up and hits Cyrus Jones to the face. But Bill Cowher just said, and he was right, they like the Patriots because they love these type of situations where they feel like they're the underdog, and they come out with these game plans that catch you off guard. We've seen it many times where they had missing key players and still found ways to win games.
3rd and 20. And they run the football on the draw to Miller, and they're going to punt.
We did a game last year. You remember all the guys that were hurt for the Patriots when they played the Giants?
Oh, yeah.
I was down the field before the game talking to some of the coaches. And you know what? They were smiling. They go, isn't this great? We really got to do it. Because they knew they had to come up with a plan and work and manage around it. And it's, you know, it's a challenge. And you don't want to do that every week. But once or twice a year, I think it excites a great coaching staff.
Leckler. He didn't love it. He knew it right away. It's Amendola. And He's over to the Houston side of the field at the 47. And a flag is, let's see, it's picked up. So we got 11:40 left. It has been all New England tonight. The Patriots can wins the vote. Bud Light beer with your team on it.
Okay. So far, it's a Patriot night.
Rather decisively, too.
Yeah, I was going to say that might be just a little bit of an understatement, but
Gronkowski, obviously not 100%.
yeah, but he broke the ice. He got back on the field. I think that was a big deal for him, giving some confidence. 10 days off before the next game.
Wrestled down after 6. Down to Tracy.
Jim, you know who's smiling right now? Hall of Fame coach Bill Parcells. Jacoby Brissett told me Parcells has been a mentor of his since high school. I spoke with Bill Parcells yesterday, and he couldn't say enough about how dedicated, how motivated, how good of a person Brissett is. He called him a Curtis Martin type guy. He also said, though, he wished he wasn't thrown to the wolves so quickly, but he'd like him to take advantage of the opportunity. And that is exactly what he's doing.
Oh, here's Blunt. Blunt breaking it inside the 20 and all the way home for the touchdown. It stops to pose for a picture.
Nate Solder kicks out. McKinney's in the backfield, can't make the tackle. Look at Edelman, we talked about that. Bill Belichick so proud of his wide receivers, how well they block down the field. Here comes Edelman, look how long he stays.
Boy, he ended up taking him down. He just ended up pancaking him.
Yeah.
Look at Blunt getting stronger in the second half. He goes over 100 yards with that 41-yard touchdown. His second touch of the night, extra point is good. Longest regular season run for LeGarrette Blount since 2014. NFL Thursday Night Football sponsored by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800 State Farm, and by Corona, who invites you to find your beach. And they are partying here in Gillette. I don't think anybody saw a score like this on the way. And on the Houston side, they were coming into this game thinking emotionally for their football team that a win at New England, even without Tom Brady, would be a big step in their development. Be one of the bigger regular season wins in franchise history. And look, the Minutemen have a new teammate, LeGarrette Blount, rumbling for another score. As you look at the possession chart, if you will, tonight for the Texans, and what happened here, some symmetry. We'll watch this first down play over to Grimes. What a tackle by Logan Ryan. But Patriots get a field goal, recover a fumble on the kickoff, touchdown. Third quarter, get a field goal, recover the fumble on the kick, leads to another touchdown.
Yeah, just, you know what it did? Of course, it took all the stress off of the Patriots offense. They were never under stress, and I'll tell you what it did more than anything. It took guys like J.J. Watt completely out of the game.
3 touchdown drives by New England tonight, total 9 plays. As Grimes has another grab, and he fights for that first down yardage. To be close. Doubleheader action coming up Sunday on CBS. Early, Denver's first road trip of the year, taking on Cincinnati. And then late, many of you are going to see Pittsburgh taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, all starting with JB and the crew at noon Eastern with the NFL Today.
I'm excited for the game this Sunday to see both quarterbacks, but of course, Carson Wentz, 2-0 as a rookie, played very well so far.
Osweiler, the flag down. He slides all the way out to the 48, but could be coming back. Let's see, with tonight being the third rookie quarterback to start this year, talking about Brissett.
Offside, number 36 defense. That penalty's declined. Play results in a first down.
You got Wentz and you got Dak Prescott factoring in this game and giving the Patriots a win, even though I still have 9:39 to go in this game. If that goes on to be a Patriot win, the rookie quarterbacks are 5-1.
How about that?
First and 10. Tough throw, and two Texans in the neighborhood there, both Strong and Hopkins.
I'm just thinking about those rookie quarterbacks, what they got in common. Okay, they're all big. That's right. They all can move pretty well. They all got good arms. That's a pretty good recipe for success in this league.
Could be a fourth rookie quarterback starting on Sunday with Cody Kessler for Cleveland down in Miami. Rookie out of USC. Expected to be the go-to guy, as they've already gone through both Griffin and McCown with injuries. Grimes. Ryan on the tackle.
Well, you know, no matter what happens here, 9-11 left. It is just one game, but it kind of shows you, if you're the Houston Texans, what you're up against and where you want to go. You know, but it is one game, and things turn quick in this league.
3rd and 4. It looked like he ran right into Flowers. Had a lot of third down plays tonight where they've decided to run the football. And
well,
I think of their second drive of the night when the game was scoreless.
3rd and long.
They had 3rd and 8 and they ran it.
Yeah.
They didn't come out aggressive at all at the start when they, you might have thought they would have come out, maybe be aggressive, try to get the upper hand on New England and a young quarterback early.
Yep. Well, they ran that time just trying to catch them by surprise to pick up the first down.
4th and 2. Long throw. And incomplete. Headed toward Fuller.
Just trying to go for the big play, tight coverage. We've seen it all night. And I tell you that what really stuck out when you watch a lot of things tonight for this Houston offense, they couldn't run with defensive backs not crowding the line of scrimmage. Hurts. But the other thing is, besides DeAndre Hopkins, you know, there's not enough people separating from the defensive backs. And we saw a lot of tough throws by Brock Osweiler, where the defenders were right on the receivers. They made the catch.
But they really haven't, other than that time and maybe one other, gone down the field deep, which coming in, you felt like they were one of the...
Well, they were.
One of the teams in the league that throws it long more than anyone.
That's why the Patriots played them different.
And Blunt. It's another carry, his 21st of the night. So with rookie quarterbacks getting a start for Bill Belichick, he's 5-0 with quarterbacks making their first career start. Let's not just make that rookies. I'm talking about guys like Tom Brady, Matt Castle, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yep.
In fact, here in New England, he's going to be 4-0. This one's final with Brissett and those other three that I mentioned, getting the first start, the Brady's and Castles and Garoppolos. They not only won in their first start under Belichick, they did not throw any interceptions in any of those games either. So he comes up with a plan that somehow puts his quarterback in a position where the mistakes are less likely to happen.
Yep, it was a coaching clinic tonight.
He's about to tie another coaching legend, Curly Lambeau, for 4th all time in regular season victories. Here's a 3rd and 10 play. Dump off pass to White. They had him. And now he gets twisted down by Kareem Jackson. And a timeout called here by Houston. Again, the weekend starts right here. Miami and Cincinnati. That's next Thursday night, and that is on NFL Network. Make note, we'll see it from Cincinnati. The Bengals hosting the Dolphins. This will be Belichick's 226th all-time regular season win, which trails in the regular season Shula, Hallis, and Landry. Of course, he has the most postseason wins, 23, tied with Noel for the most Super Bowl wins with 4. Here's an underrated star of the night, Ryan Allen. He's pinned the Texans virtually every time. He's even going to get a favorable bounce. He's done it again. Heck, that's the best of them all. 47 yards down at the 4. Here's what we were talking about on the coaching list of legends, and he's going to be 226 here. And if you asked him something about Curly Lambeau, he could give you about 3 or 4 hours worth of history about Lambeau.
Oh, sure. He knows the history of everything in football. He loves talking about it. And I'll say this about Bill Belichick: as you watch him work and we're around him and you talk football at it, he shows no signs of slowing down.
So Hallis's name on that list. I remember years ago they were going through one of those long regular season win streaks. And at the time he tied a Hallis Chicago Bear record. Ball's out of the hands and is ruled incomplete. Hit by Trey Flowers, who's making plays late in this game.
Yeah, Trey Flowers everywhere at number 98. Yep, hands coming forward. He's made some good run stops.
Remember that time, though, I just happened by chance to say in a production meeting to Bill, did you happen because your dad was you never would have by chance met George Hallis? And he said, well, actually I did. Yeah. I was 10 years old, went into the locker room. My dad introduced me to George Hallis. And actually, he says somewhere maybe around 7 to 11 years old during that age gap. Miller with a catch and thrown down by Collins. And he said he congratulated Hallis on the win, and Hallis reached into his pocket and gave him a $1 bill.
That's right.
And said, the first time I get congratulated on a win by a young man, I give him a $1 bill. And imagine that little, meeting between two of the legendary coaches of all time happening when he was just a little boy. 3rd and 6. And it's caught by Griffin out at the 16-yard line for a first.
Well, this game, it's in the hands of the New England Patriots. Nice catch by Griffin that time, but Patriots, they're not letting up on the defensive side. They're still double teaming DeAndre Hopkins, and they're going to make Brock Osweiler throw it to somebody else.
Well, now you want to go ahead and complete the shutout. The last time they had a shutout was Week 17 in 2012 against the Dolphins in a 28-0 victory. Almost intercepted as Strong, did not make the catch. There's Jamie Collins. He is something on that defense with an interception tonight too.
Yep, and Patrick Chung watching him, reading the eyes of the quarterback, so he's going to make a big hit if Strong does catch it.
By the way, this defense without one of its most important players tonight, yes. Dante Hightower, out with a knee. Just another one to add to the list. 2nd and 10. And there goes Miller with his longest run of the evening. Good for 15.
Yeah, they love to see that in the first half, first quarter. That was the whole plan, to do that to this defense. If they played this way, and it never worked. Just tell you.
Met there by McClellan, the former Bear.
Biggest thing, too, you know, as you talk about this Patriots defense, and, you know, we always write notes, and I remember writing on the top of the page going, it's multiple, they do a lot. They didn't do as much tonight as we've seen them do in the first 2 games, but the difference in this defense that I've seen in the last 5 years, this defense is fast, and it shows.
And another catch by Griffin, who's had a busy night on these throws underneath. That's his 8th catch for 52 yards.
Chris Long, once again, was right back there, almost getting the sack. So you take him out and you bring in Jamal Sheard. Okay, that's a pretty good trade-off. Yeah.
And stacked up. Miller, no gain. Collins.
And you know, last thing too, Jim, and we've talked about this so much the last couple days watching practice. All these players, which I talked about, everybody can play 2 and 3 positions. So you just don't know what you're going to get when you play them because of that versatility. Where are they going to line up? Who's going to cover who?
Second and 10. Osweiler has it batted down. That's Trey Flowers. And McClellan putting on the heat.
Yep, Shea McClellan from Chicago. And it's been a rough night for Brock Osweiler. Guys are not getting open. Some big hits. Look, you said it, Bill O'Brien. Look at that. Drop back, sacks, hurried, knocked down. He's tough. Got a good presence on the field, leading this football team.
That was Hopkins trying to make an acrobatic catch. And, of course, they'll go for it with 3 minutes to go.
I was always taught by Bill Parcells, you know, when you lose these games like this, it's up to the quarterback to set the tempo for the following week. You know, by the way, I was a little upset. He took Tracy Wolfson's call earlier in the week. I mean, when I call him, he never picks up. You think he's still mad about all those interceptions?
You're having a,
Yeah, I don't know.
a little bit of a rough time because it sure sounded like Brissett was his favorite all-time quarterback he'd ever been around. I wanted to say, where's number 11 on that list?
I called him like 5 times this week, no answer.
4th and 10. And incomplete. What a hit by Butler. This defense is maybe even hungrier than they were in the first quarter. As they are sensing they're about to close out a shutout.
Top of the screen. It kind of reminds you of Denver. Just so many players. You got to keep performing because there's somebody right on your heels wanting your job.
Texans' only time shutout in the regular season happened back all the way in 2003. Second season. But they were shut out in the playoffs last year by Kansas City. And around that loss last year, they had 5 regular season wins in a row coming in here. With their loss in the regular season, the most recent one being December 13th against New England. That was 27-6 down at NRG Stadium. Blunt squeezes out 1 more yard, and we're going to be sending it to the Mazda postgame show. Interviews, analysis, highlights of tonight's game coming up on the Mazda postgame show. You know, Marshall Faulk said something tonight when they were making the predictions for the game, which I thought was a strong and good comment. He said, if Houston can't win this game tonight with all the Patriots that are out this evening, he said, how are they ever going to beat them? I mean, that might be a little bit of the mentality, though, to get past that hurdle tonight coming in. This was a chance for them to be able to, even without Tom Brady, a win at New England would have meant a lot for this franchise to build off of.
That's right. Build off of it. You know, when you win, what's the old saying, Jim? What do they ask you the day after the game? Did you win or did you lose? We don't care about the circumstances. If they come up here and Tom Brady's out and half the offensive, if you win, it feels great. But they were outplayed from start to finish here tonight.
2-minute warning. About to bring the night to a close, mercifully. Back for the last 2 minutes here, as Bill Belichick is just 2 minutes away from getting the 9th shutout of his time in New England. Where do these two teams go from here? It's so early in the season, so you can't make crazy predictions about what this is going to do for the rest of the season for a squad, but you know, how does it affect them?
Well, you know, listen, when you lose like this at the Houston Texans, they'll recover, Jim. I mean, they'll get back and go back to work and realize it's just one game. And we see teams change dramatically every year from the start of the year to the middle. You know, an NFL season, I always say, even when I played, it's like 4 seasons. You just got to hang in there and see what your team develops into, and then you always hope at the right time of year it just clicks. You know, the chemistry, the health, playmaking, all of it just clicks, and that's how you win a Super Bowl. So, you know, this is not going to destroy Houston, the fact that they've been beat up, manhandled here tonight.
And how about for the Patriots, knowing the likes of, Hightower will be coming back eventually. Gronkowski should be healthy down the road. Even Deion Lewis in November, and that guy, number 12 as well, is just a few weeks away, October the 9th. Tom Brady's return at Cleveland. And first, though, they'll be hosting Buffalo.
As you look at that
week
schedule.
4, and then there's the Brady return game, Cleveland.
I'll say this, though. Listen, I'll tell you one thing we haven't talked enough about tonight. They're going to be happy with their offensive line, how physical it was. I think that's one thing this Patriot team, and I know they wanted to do that in this offseason, to get back to being physical and running the football and not always just relying on,
look at this,
out-coaching them.
Allen steps up from the 39. He dropped back to punt. What's been one of his great nights.
Just to give themselves a little more room.
Play of the game. Offense, 5-yard penalty.
But at least it tenses the crowd up for a second. I was like, oh my gosh.
He's having a little fun with this, though,
yeah.
because he's still coaching. Here you got a minute and 15 seconds to go. And he's still trying to come up with something a little creative to maybe draw the Texans offside. To no avail.
But, you know, you talk to Bill. I've said this story before. Bill, what about this for the season? Oh, I love free agency, Phil. I love it. Look at the players. Oh, I love the combine. I love the draft. I love OTAs. He complains, and he complained to us this week, and I think rightly so. They don't get the practice enough.
There's a fair catch, and Allen again has just feasted tonight on pinning the Texans back deep. That is 6 punts inside the 20. And by my count, in fact, that's 6 punts that have eventually finished from the 13-yard line or worse.
Tremendous special teams night for the Patriots.
Well, he might
he got bared up, though, when I started talking about practice.
Oh, yes, he
cutting
did.
Short Steve, didn't he?
Yeah.
And I knew it would, so I did it on purpose. I love to hear him get mad. Oh, well, you know, everybody's scrimmaging each other during the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Let's cut back on games and practice. We don't even have enough time to get backups ready as it is.
Play Alfred Blue out to the 9 with a minute to go. Well, when it all comes to an end and they head to the locker room, I wonder if Coach Belichick might give a game ball to Brissett. Maybe he'll give him the same ball back that Brissett gave to the coach. Yeah, here.
There you go. Here, Coach.
Coach. What? Okay. Maybe he said there after all, instead of thanks for the chance, maybe he said, hey, give this back to me in the locker room after we win. Who knows? Blue backing in for a first. And the Texans are going to call it a night.
What a night for that rookie quarterback, though. That's exciting.
You know, he was a point guard in high school, led his team to a state championship, 32-1. He was runner-up, Mr. Florida basketball, to Austin Rivers. So he's an amazing kid. And when Parcells vouches as much as he has for Brissett, made phone calls and mentored him, you know he's something special.
Yes, that says a lot.
Just the 3rd week of the season, and it's a short week. And there's Romeo, 20 years together with Bill Parcells at first. They both were on Bill's staff down at the Giants, and of course later here with Coach Belichick in New England. Great bond and friendship there. Wilford, probably the next time he walks onto this field, they'll be presenting him some sort of like Patriot Hall of Fame honor here.
Yes.
Because he will be recognized in time.
Or he's hoping to get one more shot at
Playoff time.
Playoff game.
If that happens, they may not be facing young Jacoby Brissett on that occasion. Got to think it'll be Tom Brady. A shutout victory. Patriots tonight dominant in all three phases.
Yes, they were. Special teams outstanding. Great game plan on both sides of the football. They took care of the rookie quarterback.
27-0 the final score. Coming up, the Mazda postgame show. We'll be back with more after this. You've been watching Thursday Night Football presented by Bud Light.